Hey YouTube, this is Gearshed9 here again, as promised, going through all my different headlamps, doing reviews. This time around we've got a tiara, Armytek Tiara A1 Pro. We'll have a bit of a talk about this. Now I've got all three battery formats, so I have the CR123 versions, which are like these small, this one here is a lithium ion version, so I've got the C1 version of it, the Wizard, which is the 18650, which I just did a review on, okay, and these A1s which take the AA batteries. Now essentially the heads on these are all the same, it's just basically the battery that they take and also the run times and power output. You might be wondering, God, you got a Wizard Pro, what is new one of these? Well, only downside with these things, they don't do a disposable version, okay? So if you're going to be going for a length of time, that's going to exhaust your battery. So if you're going for, going for a walk for a couple of weeks, or you're going overseas on holiday, or going to go mountain biking or whatever, you need to take spares, because you can't go in and shop and buy one of these fully charged, right? Or you got to take a charger, so that obviously adds extra weight, hassle. Got to find a power plug, take a solar panel, something along those lines. So, hence getting one of these. AA batteries, generally, readily available most of the planet. This particular torch, you can run it on bulk standard dirty alkalines that you can get from the supermarket. You can run it on liquid metal hydride rechargeables. You can run it on these lithium primaries. You can run it on they do 14700, which is a lithium ion rechargeable. So it gives you a much bigger range of batteries that you can essentially get anywhere. Also AA is a lot lighter, smaller. These lithium primaries, also less temperature sensitive, so -40, you're still going to get some power out of them, unlike these. They're starting to conk out at -20. Okay, so it's basically, if you want to be a prepper, way to go. You're going to have these in your remote control, all that sort of crap. What I generally do is I generally run on these lithium primaries, and the idea with those, I just buy them in bulk. I buy them at 100 at a time, 20-30 pounds for 100, so a lot cheaper than buying them from the supermarket. I think trying to sting you for 4 of these is about 9 to 12 pounds, so that's a lot for a battery, and you're going to throw them away. So I just buy them in bulk. 10-year shelf life, so we just use them for everything. We don't go and buy Duracells. We either run nickel metal hydride rechargeables or these, so makes sense in the long run. What does it come with? Everybody gets excited. A bit of box porn. There's a cardboard box with a sticker on the front. Nothing flash. Don't worry about that. Packaging is nothing to me. You throw it away generally. All right, comes with this utility strap. The idea with that, it goes through where the holder is for the headlamp, and you can put it on a round object around your wrist, something like that. I have to apologise, you probably hear my son screaming in the background. Comes with O-rings as well. I don't seem to ever use these with these Armyteks. They don't chew up O-rings. I haven't had any of them fail yet. I do use their, I think it's Neo Gel, which is their proprietary sort of lubricant. And that just makes sure that it's watertight and the like. Comes with the lanyard. Bit of a weird lanyard. These, you've got to undo the tail cap and it slides over the body, and then you're going to do the tail cap back up. Again, don't use them. I usually buy these to make a headlamp. If I want a torch, or if I want a handheld, I buy a handheld. Also comes with a stainless steel clip. Okay, this can go both ways. Quite hard to get on these things, and they do scratch the anodizing. So just bear that in mind. If you're going to be taking it on and off all the time, yeah, it's going to get a bit of a issue. It's quite a deep carry pocket. It's not the most secure of them, so. Again, I don't use them, so I haven't got much to say about those. Right, so these guys has got a magnet in the base. What I find about these new versions of these Armyteks is they've got aluminium end caps. Now my C1, which I'll show you later, that's got a plastic end cap, because when they first brought it out, you could take the end caps off and mess around with them. What I found with those is it didn't stick to anything, because the plastic end cap is very smooth. It tends to slide down. You put it on your fridge or something like that on a car, it actually slides down the car. And these ones here have an aluminium. There's a little more friction on it, so it doesn't tend to go anywhere. So it does stick onto things and stay there quite well. This one's got a single strap, relatively light though. I think it's under 59 grams. The Wizard Pro's 59. I think these are around 40 or something like that. Now, with this particular one, it's not going to be a ringing endorsement for Armytek, has quite a stiff switch, especially when you try and start to double click it. It's a bit inaccurate. You've got to use basically your fingernail You can see that to get to where you need to be. If you start pushing like this, you've got to push really hard. So I've actually emailed them saying, hey, don't think my switch is too good. Waiting to see what comes back from there. Other than that, really good light. I like the AA format, mainly because of that ability to get batteries anywhere. You know, if you're going to be a prepper, or you know, you're going to throw this in your car and all that, it's, you know, it's going to mean that if you're going to be stranded somewhere and you need more light than what one cell will do, you can get more. I mean, I've got another AA style torch again, and I'll do another review on that one, which is the I think it's the HL50 from Phoenix, which is that's got a little thing you can actually screw off. You can either put in CR120 short CR123s or AAs in it. I think this is for far better light, mainly because the thing I found with the Phoenix switches itself on all the time, so you end up picking it out, drains the battery. This obviously, if you compare the switch to the the Wizard switch, which I think is what this one's supposed to be doing, and it's not at the moment. Great switch. It doesn't accidentally turn on. You don't have any issues with it. You can crack the bottom. That will give you a lockout. So, a little bit when this first came out, a little bit of a controversy over its maximum output. Armytek was saying 550 lumens out the front. It's 550 lumens, and that's LED lumens. So it's quite about 300, around about 300 lumens out the front. To get that, you have to triple click it. Okay, so it's quite. Let's throw a fair bit. Now this is what they call tiara optic. Essentially, it's what the tiara does is it tends to smooth out the transition from hotspot to spill. You see a lot of torches will have a ring of a hotspot, and then it'll be faded out spill, and you can actually see that quite readily with those sort of torches, the difference between hotspot and spill. This is quite uniform. It kind of like fades out. It's quite even. There's no artifacts, there's no shadows or anything like that actually in the beam. It's very, very uniformed, which I do like about it. With some of the elements like the Phoenix, it's got a hotspot and a spill out, which is kind of good for a little bit of range. Up close it starts getting annoying, because you obviously got that difference in between the lighting things, so you end up looking at the hotspot all the time and kind of disregarding the spill. This, beautiful even beam. Doesn't go a long way. You're not expecting too much from a headlamp to do that. It's generally quite, with this thing here, probably 30 meters, something like that. You're starting to lose its effectiveness. But very bright, very uniform spot. Good little lamp. So yeah, interesting to see what happens, whether they replace them. I mean, as I said, I had the Wizard Pro replaced. I can still use it. It's quite easy to use. It's just a little bit harder switch to activate, and if you've got gloves or something like that on, not really good. So whereas the Wizard switch, which should be, in theory, should activate the same as this, there shouldn't be any issue with having a glove or something like that on. So we'll see how we go with that, see what happens there. Yeah, so you can find, supposedly out the front lumens, 550 lumens. I think that was quoted to be about 30 minutes. Yeah, it does chuck out a huge amount of light for 30 minutes, but bearing in mind, that's the thing with these things on turbo. 30 minutes, that's really good. Yeah, but that means this is spent. It will probably lock down into moonlight mode, firefly mode, and you're not going to, won't boost back up again. So then you're going to have to change your cell if you want any meaningful light. So same sort of interface as we had on the Wizard. If you see my Wizard Pro video, double clicking. Gives you the main modes, and I think with this one here, don't quote me, I think the high main is 70 lumens. I think it's 70 lumens or 100 lumens, not on those lines, but it's only for about 3 hours. So again, with these limited, you're starting to lose your runtime because of the capacity of the battery. But what you gain in changeability and ability to get batteries, you lose in those runtimes. So that's what's beautiful about why people go to these 18650s, because you're getting massive capacity. I think when you compare these two, I think someone quoted there's about 3 or 4 times the energy capacity in one of these and one of these. Could be wrong. It's probably less or more than that. But you can carry a lot more of these. You just throw them in, buy them at a service station. You can you can go nickel metal hydride. You'll be able to recharge them a bit quicker because the capacity is lower. So if you're going to have a solar panel or something like that, it's going to be useful. So those are, so you got your main modes. Okay, cycles up through the main modes, and then if you double click again, it will go into the moonlight modes. Okay, as you see, it's a little bit. Okay, so these are very same sort of thing. Real like a low 0.2, I think, or 0.1 moonlight mode lasts for, I think it's a long time. It's like 80 days or something along those lines. So yeah, a lot of similarities to the Wizard Pro. Same sort of format, similar heads, just slightly different technology, slightly different cells to run it. Okay, I think this one here I've got another lithium primary in here. Take it down and have a look. Oh no, nickel metal hydro rechargeable. Look at that. Okay, Panasonic. These are kind of poor man's Zen loops. As you can make out, it actually has 2 O-rings. It's supposed to be waterproof to 10 meters. I've used this in the rain. I've dunked it in the water a few times and never had an issue with it. Unlike some of the little plastic fantastic petzels, LED lenses and that, these things are way more waterproof. Never have an issue with the water getting on them. Okay. Nice and light and compact as well. You know, you can fold all that up and get rid of it. And it kind of like, if you compare this, if you put it next to a Petzl, this again, this is like a piece of CNC machined art compared to a piece of, you know, like Walmart, Woolworths crap. It's the easy thing to say. I've had a bit of a bad run, a really bad one with Petzls. These guys, you know, I've had issues, but they've actually rectified them pretty good. Whereas Petzl just kind of shrugs and says, you know, go buy another headlamp. There we go. Not much choice as you can say about that. Nice light. Not one I use a lot. I generally grab my Wizard Pro more than I grab this. I think with the Wizard Pro that the light is a bit better. Just more grunting, lasts longer. Alright, no worries, that should give you a bit of an overview. Any questions, just pop them in the comments. Subscribe, I'm going to be doing more of these, slowly work my way through all the stuff I've got. It's going to be a bit of a task, and then I'll move on to a few other bits and pieces. I make a lot of sort of ultralight outdoor gear stuff as well. So, plenty to learn. Cheers guys, thank you very much, and see you later.